Hi, and welcome back to Can I Be Honest with Megan Coleman. On today's episode, I sit down with a very positive and inspiring couple who has not had the easiest road to parenthood, but they teach us that leaning on each other for support is their greatest blessing. Yeah, so thank you guys for wanting to do this. I think this is really cool that you're both here. Go ahead and start wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah. So we first met, I was working at a hotel in Dana Point. And I was doing valet, parking cars and stuff. And she was just happened to be staying there with Toshiba. She works for Toshiba.
Yeah.
She was standing on the front drive, greeting, all of her coworkers coming in.
Mm-hmm. I was greeting my Japanese coworkers, so I was doing a work event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just kind of caught eye with him.
Yeah, and so I met her. We talked just briefly for a little bit. I thought she was cute, obviously. And then I asked her out that night. I was like really nervous. I was like, hey, do you happen to want to get some drinks tonight? And she agreed to get drinks. I got off work and then I'm waiting for a call, a text, something. Send her a text like, okay, I'll, meet you at this place. So I actually went to the bar, got a drink before and, no response, trying to call her. Didn't get anything back. So I was sitting at this bar for an hour and then I got just nothing back till probably midnight, and I just gave up. And I went back home and I remember I was living with my coworker at the time. It was one of my best friends. And I just remember telling him I came home just so pissed off, and he was like, yeah, forget that girl, don't even look at her tomorrow. Because it was going to be awkward because I was going to have to go back to work the next day and see her again. So the first night.
I don't think I did anything wrong. But I put him to work the next day. I was like, do you think you can hold this sign for me? And not knowing, I was like, I don't know. Being from Northern California, I was very intimidated by Southern California guys.
Yeah.
So I was like, where is this really going to go, So I feel bad now.
So you got the text messages and the calls, you just were...
Well, I was also working a very, very big event. It was our first event for our marketing team for Toshiba. So, it was huge, but I didn't respond.
So yeah, she said nothing, and then next day I saw her and she apologized. I'm like, okay, whatever, save it. And then so I decided to give her another chance that next day, and I was like, okay, we'll go out today. I understand you're busy. And then so I went back home, got off work, texting her what time do you want to meet up, and no response again.
And he didn't live close.
And I did.
Oh my
I did.
God.
I lived maybe 30 minutes from her.
Yeah, apparently.
So yeah,
busy.
I got blown off 2 times by her.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was just kind of just done, and I was like, okay, I don't want to see this girl again. And
it was I was working, I was new and stuff. I didn't mean to, but I did text him before I left, and kind of plans fell through, and I was just before I go to the airport, do you want to hang out and get lunch or something? And so we did, and then the rest is history, pretty much.
Yeah,
so.
We briefly hung out for
it was
maybe
an
45
hour.
minutes or something.
Yeah.
And then you came back here.
I came back,
And you guys just kept in touch.
Yeah. We
so
did.
How long before you were dating? After that, right away?
It was a few months.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
So how did that work? Because you're not living in the same.
So we were kind of just doing the long distance thing for a little bit. So
it was I had just gotten out of. He had just gotten out of a relationship. I had just gotten out of a relationship too. I'll say this: I was still living with my ex when we started dating, and he would come up and we would switch off weekends for the place. It worked out. It was something that I felt so confident in, and I just knew that it was someone I could trust, and just it ended up working out so well, and I was so happy. Every other weekend he came to visit me, and we would switch off.
Yeah.
And it just It was a fun summer.
Yeah, it was
the best summer
It was
ever.
fun, yeah. It was
Yeah.
just back and forth, going up to Santa Cruz, and then she would come down to Orange County, and you know, like her cousins lived in San Diego, so they would come hang out, and
it was so much fun.
So then what?
So then I kind of decided, you know, I really liked her, so she was living in Santa Cruz at the time, and I decided, you know, I'm just gonna move up there. Like my lease ended with my friend, and I was like, I gotta move anyways. So I just decided, I'm gonna take the chance, and then moved up there, and
we literally moved from my ex-boyfriend's house, and I moved
together.
Yeah,
and that was so much fun too. Like everything is always fun with us. Like we just have a very good vibe, and we moved 3 streets away from my last apartment, but we like made friends up there. We, you know, I worked in San Jose, so I would drive over the hill all the time. He started working at Billabong, so he got to surf every day, which was so cool. And we still like, it was like he was able to live his Southern California life up there, which is so nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I was like really happy for him, and we lived up there together for about 8 months, and I was just so over the drive. And I asked my boss, I just said, can I move down to Southern California? It's not going to be in the Irvine office, and he said, yeah. And we moved in with his dad.
Okay.
So, for about 6 months.
Yeah, so we like got settled down there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've been down there ever since. So
yeah,
like 3 years.
I don't really want to move back.
Really? You're so
I love it
now.
down there. We had so much fun living with his dad and being so close to like his parents and his little brother too, and his sister.
Yeah, it was cool being close to family and being back down there. So.
Because had you ever lived anywhere other than there?
I mean, I'm not from like Orange County. I'm from Ventura County, so I was still like like an hour and a half from my family. But moving up to Santa Cruz, that was like the farthest I've lived away from my family. So it was nice to be back in the mix and going to my brother's football games and baseball games and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I could tell it was like a little bit harder for him too, because we hosted Easter one weekend and it was so much fun, and that's when I decided, I was like, if my job will let me work down there, or if I can find another job, we're gonna go. Like, I'm gonna move. And
but your family's here.
My family's here in Roseville.
Yeah, so you guys just come visit.
Yeah,
that's why you're here now.
Yeah, and my family comes and visits us too.
Oh, fun.
So
that's nice. So when did you guys get engaged?
January 2017.
How long had you been together?
Year and a half.
Oh, okay.
About a year and a half.
Yeah.
So.
He proposed on the top of like a blizzard snowstorm in Tahoe. It was so romantic. It was so cute. He had it all planned out, and when we were driving up here, I was like, he's so anxious to get to my parents' house, and I didn't have any idea. I'm like, okay, cool, I can shower.
Yeah.
At my parents. And so.
Well, I wanted to like ask her dad, like, can I marry your daughter? So we were, on the drive up to Tahoe, and then we planned on stopping by the house because he was like working from home at the time. So I was gonna ask him, and like unfortunately he wasn't home. So I'm like, oh man, like I'm just gonna have to go wing this, and I'm gonna have to just propose and hope they're cool with it. So I think she went into like Safeway or something, and then so I ended up calling her dad, and then talked to him on the phone, and that was probably like the most nerve-wracking moment of my life.
Yeah.
Like I was just super nervous, and I didn't like know how to like ask him, but luckily her dad's pretty chill, laid back guy, and he was totally cool with it. I think he was also like caught off guard.
My mom said that he was just like smiling around the house, and she was like, are you so happy? And he's like, yeah.
So were you going for an occasion, or was it just for fun?
Yeah, we were going.
We had this trip planned.
Yeah.
So like we had this trip planned, and then I knew like I wanted to propose at Tahoe because it's her favorite place, and I knew that was going to be like her only trip for the year. So I kind of like last minute got a ring because I wanted to do it in that setting. Like I didn't want to wait like a couple months and like miss out on that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was kind of like spur of the moment. Like I got a ring like the day before we left.
Oh my gosh.
And then yeah, it was not even like a good like snowboarding condition day.
Mm-hmm.
We just
It was a blizzard.
it was like blizzarding, like whiteout. You
But it
couldn't
was
see anything.
like the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah.
So we just kind of went up. We did the one run,
Mm-hmm.
proposed, and then came back down, and that was it. We didn't even go back on the mountain the rest of the day.
No.
But
Like,
that was,
my cousins were with us, and my aunt and uncle, we were with them. That was our trip.
Mhm.
So our pictures from the engagement, we have the helmet on.
Yeah.
The first day ever,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, and I'm like, do you want headphones? And he's like, no, I think I'm good. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But I didn't think anything.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like,
That's the best though. The
packing
surprise is the best part,
beers in
right?
our backpack.
You're like, babe, do you want a shot?
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
Pretty much.
And he
Yeah.
was like, today's gonna be the best day ever. And I just thought because he has never seen Tahoe like
Yeah.
that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, it was like my first time out there.
Oh,
it was
cool.
his first
It was-
time.
Yeah. I love that story. That's really cute. So, then you got married.
Yes. And I got married
When?
in 2018,
Okay.
May.
May of 2018.
2018.
So, it's just over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, our wedding was super fun. We had half of the room was Dodgers fans, half the room was Giants fans.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And they chanted. It was so much fun.
20-person wedding party, and
Yeah.
it was pretty
We had a huge wedding party.
pretty crazy. Yeah.
It was
Oh my
20
god.
people.
That took me a second to process. So it's like my best friend's wedding was big like that too, and I was like, oh my god, how do you have that many friends?
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We, well, I guess to get into the family planning, we
Mhm.
kind of started talking about family planning before
Mhm.
our wedding. So, when was it?
I don't know. I think it was like shortly. We had been talking about it before,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
shortly after we got a little more serious about family planning,
Mhm.
and
I just went
Pretty
on
much
birth
tried.
control, and we didn't like try, but we were
Just not preventing it.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because I kind of know my body and stuff. I had gotten sick in 2017. I got
Mhm.
really sick, so I was like nervous about how long it would take and stuff. So I think that was one of the things we talked about, right?
yeah, we want to make sure she was like healthy enough, and that
Mhm.
we
You
could
got
actually.
sick. How? Do you want to talk about it or? You don't
I
have
got
to.
pancreatitis, so it's kind of a long story. It was like a very long year, and it was like on my body, but like for him
Mhm.
too. Like he can talk about like emotional state, like seeing me in the hospital so many times was
Mhm.
really hard.
Yeah, no, that was definitely tough. Like like seeing her in the hospital,
Yeah.
like in a lot of pain, like not being able to help herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a rough year. So we wanted to make sure we got past that hump, so that we were able
Mhm.
to,
Yeah.
have a child. And
Yeah.
I think we're kind of like at that point now.
Mhm.
After being sick, it was like one of the scariest things for us, and I was like, okay, and we worked together as a team. Like he stood by my side, like literally laid in the hospital bed with me like,
Mhm.
every night. He was
Mhm.
so tired, and
Yeah, it was a
Like-
long nights for sure.
it was
So you
long.
were like hospitalized for how long? Was
The-
more than once, or was it like a long stretch?
Yeah, I've been hospitalized 4 times now.
About 4 separate times, and then
Mhm.
Yeah.
anywhere from like 2 weeks or like a few days at a time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah,
I
that-
had to miss my own bridal shower.
Oh.
They still had it.
Oh, they had it. They're like,
They had it
cheers,
without it."
Erica.
They're like, so then they came to visit me, and it was like so weird. I'm like,
Aw.
oh my god, I'm in
Yeah.
so much pain. Like I couldn't even talk, but I was trying my best.
Mhm.
So that was hard. It was
Yeah.
a very hard year. 2017 was hard.
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it. Like chronic or I don't know.
yeah, I mean it's like an ongoing condition.
It's just something
But-
that you never
That you-
know.
Oh, okay. So like you have it for the rest of your life, basically, or you...
I can, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
But she's gotten better at just working with her diet, and knows like when it's acting up, and can kind of
yeah, I
suppress
know
it
how
as
to
a
limit myself.
Mhm.
That's
I don't
the
know
big
much
thing.
about it at all. Really,
Yeah.
So,
It's basically like an inflammation of your pancreas, but I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even mention it. Like the word. I was like, what?
Pronounce it.
I'm like,
yeah.
Starts with
what
that
P.
is.
Yeah.
What is that? That's an organ, but apparently it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first time I was hospitalized, I was in ICU, and then I had an NG tube, and that's how they had to feed me, because you really can't eat, and then. So when
I inflamed, you can't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're supposed to like give your pancreas a rest,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you're not really supposed to put anything in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of,
Oh,
she
that's
didn't
hard.
have to, she couldn't eat for like a long period of time, and then when she could, they had to
That
feed
was
her.
the worst part. I was getting hangry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was crazy seeing her, like she literally had a tube down her nose, like into her
Mhm.
stomach, and it was just like, you know, it was rough kind
It
of
was
seeing her like
horrible.
that. So, it
So
was-
how did you know? Like, were you all of a sudden in pain and rushed to the hospital? Was it like slow
So
coming? Like,
when at first, it actually probably acted up about a month before he took me to the hospital.
mhm.
And we had gone on like a staycation in Santa Barbara, and I had been like getting morning sickness,
Mm.
and I had like taken pregnancy tests,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I'm not pregnant, I don't know what's going on, but I wasn't in that much pain. And he was working at the hotel at the time, and I was like, right after we got back from our like little trip in Santa Barbara, he went surfing that day, and I like got morning sickness again.
Mhm.
And he was like, what is going on? Like, you need to go. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't know what's going on. Probably just didn't eat enough,
Mhm.
you know? And the next day, I felt like it was like a baseball stabbing me right here. And it was horrible. And he's like, okay, I'm going to come home from work. And I still didn't want to go.
Mhm.
And then the next day, he had to rush me to the hospital.
Because you were just in so much pain.
I was in so much pain. I couldn't even walk.
yeah, she like couldn't get off the couch, and I could tell, you know, I talked to her on the phone, and, you know, I was like, oh, you're obviously in serious pain, so I left work early.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Came home, I took her to the hospital, and, you know,
Like, I couldn't stop throwing up.
Mhm.
And I wasn't eating anything.
Yeah.
So then they put me in ICU. It was
So,
hard.
yeah,
it was a hard.
that was tough. Like,
Yeah.
especially like
Scary.
I didn't know what was going on
Right.
at the time, and
Mhm.
like they were throwing around all this medical terminology, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah,
Like,
this
Yeah.
was before he was an EMT or anything. So
Yeah.
we were both like, I don't even know how to pronounce that word.
Yeah.
so it was kind of scary because I didn't know what was gonna happen, like if she was gonna be okay
Yeah.
or what was really going on.
Yeah, that's
Um,
terrifying.
So yeah, it was definitely like a wake up call.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Like, we definitely changed. Well, I definitely changed my lifestyle, my diet too,
Mhm.
because I usually eat very low fat. I've always done that.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, like, you know, alcohol obviously doesn't help with that as well.
Mhm.
But adding more into my diet and being better with my diet has helped so much. Like, don't you think?
Yeah. Figuring out
Eating
like
more.
what you can eat and what
Yeah.
you shouldn't, what you should stay away
Yeah.
from and
Uh-huh.
stuff. So
Yeah.
Like, if I'm hungry, I need to eat. And before, I would be like, oh, I'm gonna wait for him to get home for dinner. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it
no, I
was-
totally know what you mean. So is this something that like you're born with? How does it just happen? Is it?
yeah, I think what they said, it was mostly genetic,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
kind of like genetic condition, but
Yeah.
like, you know, anything that you put in your body with your diet that's not in
Mhm.
agreement with your pancreas that can, you know,
Affects
set it off. So kind of a mix of everything.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it.
I mean, some people can eat whatever they want and drink whatever they want and be fine, and I guess I can't. So
Mhm.
I have to be very careful.
I mean, did that affect you mentally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very mentally.
Yeah. How did you deal with that?
I got depressed for quite a while.
Yeah. I can
Very,
imagine. Yeah.
Depressed. Well, I also work from home, so I was like lonely. So
Yeah.
my dog helped tremendously.
Mhm.
Obviously, you're always there for me, but when he had to go to work,
Yeah. No.
You know.
That was just funny.
So when we got our dog,
Mhm.
his cousin came over to cut his hair, and for some reason he ended up staying longer when Daniel went to work, and I was like, I want a dog. I want a golden retriever. We had been talking about it, and he was like, get one. Oh, I'm just gonna look. And I called him at work. I'm like, can I get this dog?
Yeah, no, and then like it was just kind of a spur of the moment. I was like, sure, go ahead, get this dog, because I was like, she was working from home, like so bored at home.
Yeah.
So I was like, you need like something to keep you occupied. And
But how do you feel about her?
oh, it was, greatest decision ever. We love her dog.
Yeah.
Obsessed. She goes everywhere with me. She goes everywhere with us. We just came back from San Jose, but she was in the hotel. That was probably the best thing to help with, like, you know, my anxiety and like dealing with something new. You know, hard for me, and being in the hospital, it was like, I'm a very like caring person, so it's hard for me to see him have to just sit there.
Yeah.
Like,
so now you're worried about him, who's worrying about you.
And you're type 2 on the Enneagram.
Yeah,
she's
no,
type
I totally
2.
get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
You know,
Yeah, you just take it all in, everybody's feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just, and my mom too, like my mom's driven down countless times.
Yeah, anytime she's not feeling well, her mom comes down. She's kind of like the superhero.
Yeah.
So,
Comes over,
like she
takes care of us,
does our laundry,
cooks food for us. Yeah.
Can
I call her?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you actually can.
Yeah.
She's like,
I'm close there.
she's amazing.
Yeah.
So that, my mom, literally, I hate stressing the two of them out. That's the biggest.
So that was before you got married, when you got sick.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about having kids and stuff. And then so what, did you want it to happen like right away? Were you just kind of like writing it out?
I mean, we were kind of just writing it out. I think we were both kind of hoping it would happen right away. We thought it'd be cool because we've always talked about having kids. We thought it'd be just a fun experience, and we want to be younger parents, I guess. So
are you the same age?
I'm a year younger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm 27.
Okay.
He acts older than me.
A little more responsible at times. Yeah. So like we were just kind of trying, for a few months, I guess.
Months, we started trying actually before the wedding.
But like
not like seriously, not really.
Not
like,
seriously.
It was
just
more like
off birth control.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And we started, I mean, just kind of going with it,
Yeah.
And August of 2018, last year, about this time, we found out we were pregnant.
Yeah. So she
I
took a pregnancy test.
I don't know why I took a pregnancy test. I don't know, like, I seriously don't know why. I mean, it was weird. And then I was like, positive. I was like, oh my God. And then we were so excited. It was like 2 weeks, and then we told our parents.
Yeah, after like a couple weeks. No, actually no, it was probably like a few days. Like we were just like so excited, and we were like, we didn't like go and tell the whole world, but like we told like our immediate family.
Yeah, we told his sister first because we like needed to tell somebody else.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to tell our parents. Then there was like complications, so I don't know why they like it just happens. His mom was really excited. Everyone was really excited. My mom was a little worried because of my health, which I understand, but I don't know. But it just kind of, I think I was 8 weeks.
Probably, yeah, around that.
Had you had an ultrasound yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had me in earlier than normal.
Because of your health?
Yeah. And there was a heartbeat, but then it was super low. So then they wanted me to come back. I was doing blood work like every other day and everything. And it was just, it just ended
for like
up.
HCG levels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like slowly declining, like every time we go back, and then so you know, like the doctor was like, like we don't know what's gonna happen. He's like, I wouldn't like put your eggs in one basket, kind of, so to speak, and it, so like we were like trying to stay optimistic with it, as much as we could, and then it just like this wasn't working out, and it was unfortunate, but
yeah, that was really hard actually for that pregnancy because we were so excited and like, you know, your first pregnancy, like you know, we had just gotten married a few months earlier and stuff like that. So, but I think that we both stuck together as like a team.
Yeah.
And we both supported each other and just kind of what had to happen. And, you know, I ended up having to take medication to pass. So that was really scary. I was scared. But it honestly ended up working out. I think because I was so early.
Yeah.
It was so early in the pregnancy. So we just kind of stayed strong.
Yeah, we didn't let it like bum us out too much. You know, obviously, like, you know, it's kind of disappointing. You know, and it totally sucked. But you know, I at least I know I try to stay positive throughout it.
Yeah, we were just trying to stay positive with everything that had happened to us and just be like, it's gonna happen when it's right. And we didn't want to have, you know.
So was the explanation like, these things just happen sometimes?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have like a clear-cut answer.
Yeah, they had no answer. They've done tests and stuff, and it's just...
And everything else looks like so, sorry, and if I get too personal, please.
No, good.
Yeah.
We're totally going to talk about it, so.
When you go in for like checkups and everything, they're saying like, you look completely healthy, you can carry a baby no problem. This just happens sometimes. Is that basically what they said?
Yeah.
Like, you should have no problem, you're both healthy, he's healthy, you're healthy.
Yeah. He's done tests, I've done tests, like, it just needs to be right time. So we feel like
there's no like explanation about it. It's just kind of like
it
happens.
The second time I feel like was really weird too, because it was so soon. And I think, like, that was weird. I was like, this is interesting.
So how long after the first...
It was in January, right?
I think so.
Right after New Year.
Yeah, so it was just...
New Year. So it was like 3 months.
A few months, and you got pregnant again.
Yeah, and like, there was no symptoms or, like...
And this time, had you guys talked, like, okay, let's try to do this again? Or were you still in the same boat, like, hey... We're just not gonna...
Yeah, I think we were just like trying to stay optimistic and we're just like, you know, if it happens, it happens.
We weren't doing like ovulation testing or anything.
Okay,
we weren't like taking it like too serious.
Right.
And then it just kind of like happened again.
Yeah. I know, that was weird because I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I started crying. I was like,
yeah.
Because I had a glass of wine and then I'm like, I dumped it on the sink. I don't know, and like I said, I don't know why I took a pregnancy test again.
Yeah.
But he's always like, I don't know, you always kind of say something and I'm like, oh sure. You know, pregnancy tests are cheap.
Yeah.
They're not.
No. They're like $10.
But fine. And then like every time he says something, I'm like, oh, that's good. So.
Had you taken any negative tests before?
What, like where they show up negative? Yeah, I mean...
Since the last pregnancy, yes.
Okay. I just mean like before you actually were getting positives, had you ever been like, I'm going to take a test and then it was negative and you're like, oh.
No.
So like, you
just like kind of, it was like...
like, it was so out of the blue. Yeah. It was like weird. I just remember the first time I was like, I don't know how to say it. I was kind of crazy. I was like emotional almost. And it was like, okay. So I got super emotional,
Yeah. So I was just like, just take a pregnancy test. And
he was like I was weird.
Like you weren't being yourself or something.
No, I wasn't. And I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like why didn't I think? The second time I don't know why.
Yeah, it just kind of random. Probably you were bored at home.
It was just right after it was right after New Year's, and then when he said like, you should probably like put that glass of wine down if you're trying like take a pregnancy test, and I was like, you're right. So I'm like, you're Rain Man.
I guess so. Yeah, I just predicted.
Yeah.
But since then, you know, we've just lightly been trying and kind of hoping and doing things. Like,
yeah, like the last one, we weren't like too optimistic about it, like from the get-go. You know, like at first we were like, oh, awesome. And then like after like the first ultrasound, they're like, yeah, we wouldn't like get your hopes up.
Yeah.
So we were just like kind of expected it a little bit. And she actually like had the miscarriage at one of my concerts. Like I was playing a show and like our band was going to go on like an hour before. So we had to call my dad's girlfriend, and she came and picked her up and took her to the hospital. And I felt bad because I was like, I want to be there, but like I had to like perform this show, and then I had to like leave right after and go see her. So
So that one happened on its own.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. Like we said, we weren't too optimistic about it. So the doctors don't really know, but they say that everything's fine. And so once we're ready to like start actually focusing on like really trying again, I guess.
yeah,
You know, I have the ovulation strips at home.
I think we've been getting in that mode like
Yeah.
recently within the last couple months, like
Yeah.
ovulation strips and
just like talking about it and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't want stuff to happen again. It was kind of the
so-
first, like they're both really hard, and it was different each time, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't even have very many questions because I know, like, I've known people personally who have been through the same thing, and it's just like sometimes it happens a couple of times, and that's just like I can't even, you know, imagine what that feels like, especially when if you don't have anything, you know, preventing you from being able to carry a baby full term. You know what I mean? Like the doctors are like, no, you're good. It's just when the timing is right.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not like, I don't know why I'm not scared. I feel like we've been through a lot together, and
definitely
we're just trying to be like the most optimistic we can, like you said, and just do it, because once we have a family, you know, we raised a beautiful dog.
yeah. I'm sure it's a little bit different, but
so we can do a human.
yeah. So yeah, no, we're excited to keep trying,
really
and
excited.
you know, I'm staying optimistic about it, and you know, hopefully it happens soon.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. You know, not putting too much pressure on it, and
that's the thing.
Really, like the only advice I have for you guys is just enjoy this time right now, the two of you. Seriously.
Really?
Oh my God, because you're gonna miss it. I mean, it depends on, I guess, how much help you have, but really, like, you're gonna look back and be like, man, remember when we used to just do whatever we wanted?
Yeah.
Because, like, that's just gone. You can't do whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's
now
amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to become parents. You're gonna be amazing parents. You guys, I can just, by sitting here with you, you guys just radiate happiness, and it's a vibe, and it's contagious, and you're gonna be great parents. But enjoy being married, just the two of you right now. Do all the traveling.
Yeah,
you can.
no, and I think that's like kind of how we look at it. You know, like if it happens, it happens, and it was meant to be.
Yeah.
But like right now, we're trying to really focus on us being happy together and doing a lot of things that we've been wanting to do, accomplish things that we've been wanting to accomplish.
And he's trying to be a firefighter, and he's gone through all this like schooling now, so we're just like literally kind of going through like the ropes of life and being able to, you know, support each other mentally and emotionally, and
which is a big thing. And I think, you know,
right?
Yeah, I think with you going through that, your health scare, and him, you know, having to just be there for you, I don't know, I just think you guys have already kind of built that, where you know you can rely on him and vice versa, you know what I mean?
We definitely have a good foundation.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, and thank you so much for wanting to share.
We were really excited to come in and, you know, see you. I love like what you've done with this whole program that you put on. Sorry, I used a corporate term, but
that's fine. I never know what to call it. I said the show the other day, and my husband was like, "You have a show now?" That's not what you're calling it. I was like, "I don't know what it is."
It's like it's a channel.
Yeah,
and it's so like encouraging, and everyone's stories are different. You can get together as a group, but then talking about it, you know, it's so nice. It's refreshing.
It is. Yeah, it's therapeutic. So
yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much, both of you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we could come and, talk a little bit. And
of course.